gut, dass ja soweit ich weiß, das ist Molly.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pick Droppers, back at it again with a Black Top 1v1 video. Now, in this video, I am Shaq, and Tyrone is DeAndre Jordan, and I wanted to see who would win 1v1. Now, Shaq is obviously one of the best players ever when it comes down to just posting up because he was so big. And right here, I don't know what he is doing. Oh, yeah, we had flat out shoot, except for when he's like in the post. But if you give him like an outside shot, not even in the perimeter, just like an outside shot, he can't make it because he's just not a good shooter. And so I really wanted to see who would be able to win this matchup in 1v1. And this is probably the closest we can do to creating this matchup while they're both in their primes. And I want to talk a little bit about the NBA. And in case you guys did not know, the Warriors are right now looking like one of the best teams, and they lost to the Cavs on Christmas Day. And the Cavs are right now looking really, really good. While they do have a worse record than Golden State and San Antonio, they're definitely looking like a better team, and they have more comfortable of a lead than both of them, their teams. Right now, Cleveland is 2.5 games above number 2 seed, 6 games above the 3 seed, and in their division, they are, I believe, something like 8 or 9. They're 9 games up in their division, which is one of the biggest leads ever, probably through 32 games. It is crazy. Right now, Cleveland is just on a roll. Most likely, they're going to win their division, unless, barring like a huge injury to Kyrie and LeBron, that might be the only way they lose first place in their division. Now, on the East, I still think Toronto, Cleveland, and will both win their division, and I think it will come down to between Charlotte and Atlanta. Both of them are very good teams. I think one of those two will definitely win their division. And Washington, my home team, is right now surging. They're right now the 6th seed. They're doing pretty good of late. 7 of their last 10 they have won. They ended January pretty good, winning 7 of their last 9, actually. So that is really, really good. And so I'm happy with how things have been looking of late. I hope Washington can keep this win streak. Tomorrow they go up against Dallas, which is a pretty bad team this year. They haven't really been able to do anything. They are right now second to worst team in their division, or in their conference, and they're the 4th to worst team in the whole NBA. So that's definitely not good. And so hopefully the Wizards are going to be able to get the victory. Now, right now, I have a good idea of who's going to make the playoffs. I'm pretty surprised that both Chicago and New York are not in the playoff picture. Milwaukee, the Greek Freak, has definitely been playing very good. Giannis, he's done amazing so far this year. Charlotte has really surprised me. Kemba has definitely been looking very good of late. They're right now the 4 seed. Atlanta, I'm not surprised by them. They have a bunch of very good shooters, and Atlanta has always been in the playoff race the past couple of years. So I definitely think they'll be in there this year. But I definitely thought New York and Chicago would be in there. I thought Indiana would be a little bit higher, but I'm really surprised with how badly New York has played, especially with the roster. Like, if you hear the names, you would think they were like top 5 in their conference at least. They got Carmelo, D. Rose, Holiday, Jennings, Courtney Lee, just a bunch of players that are really good. They got Porzingis, Joakim Noah. They have just some really, really good players, and I'm really surprised that they haven't been playing too well. I don't know why. I haven't really been watching too many of their games. In December, they're right now ending on a 4-game losing streak, in December, so that's definitely not good. Yesterday, the Spurs actually went down to the Atlanta Hawks. I was definitely surprised by that. And then if you look on the west side, Golden State most likely going to be the 1 seed, San Antonio the 2 seed. I'm surprised definitely that Houston is 26-9, and it is mainly because of that man, James Harden. He has been playing amazing of late. Definitely been playing very, very good. And I'm definitely excited to see what he'll be able to do. Oh, wait, no. Washington plays Houston tonight. Oh, so they're going to have a doubleheader. That's a very interesting game. I'm definitely going to want to see that. Houston has been reeling up late. They still have single-digit losses. They played amazing in December. Their record, they only had 2 losses. That is really, really good. And I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm pretty sure they were 15-2 in December. That's probably the best record in December, my guess at least. So I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to be able to do. Only 4 teams have single-digit losses. Houston is one of them. I'm definitely surprised that Utah is up there. Last year, Utah was 42-42, I'm pretty sure, or 41-41, and they just missed out on the playoffs. And so Utah this year, they're now the 4 seed. I'm definitely surprised by that. They've been playing really well, that's for sure. I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to be able to do. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with. I don't think they'll be able to do anything, but you never know. Maybe they can knock off a pretty good team. But most likely they won't do anything. But Hayward and Gobert have definitely stepped up. Gobert with a double-double either last night or 2 nights ago. And Hayward almost got a double-double 2 nights ago. And they're just playing really, really good. They're playing at the top of their game. And I'm definitely excited to see their future with Hill, Hood, Favors, Gobert, and Hayward. All really good players. And definitely going to be interesting to see what happens to the Utah Jazz in the upcoming years, especially if the Warriors break up and the Spurs maybe lose some of their strength players and stuff like that. They're going to be one of the teams to be reckoned with, them in Milwaukee, or them in Minnesota. I'm definitely surprised with how bad Minnesota has been looking of late. They just aren't looking very good. While they are 5-5 in their last 10 games, they're right now sitting at 11-23. Started out the year 6-18, which is horrible, as only winning a fourth of your games, which definitely will not get you into the playoffs. And they're really going to need to go on a run if they want to make the playoffs. They most likely will not. The Lakers definitely fell off. They lost 8 of their last 10. That's definitely not good. New Orleans is barely staying afloat. But the 8th seed in the West is a team named Sacramento, who is 14-19. That's way below 500. Definitely something you don't see in the West, a team that far below 500 make the playoffs. And the 7th seed is 22-14. So that's definitely a huge jump, 6.5 game difference. So I definitely want to see what's going to happen by the end of the season. My predictions for the finals are still standing. I think they'll definitely happen. There's a very good chance they will. And streaks are huge in the NBA. They're huge in NBA games. They're huge in NBA seasons. You got to go on streaks, and you got to go on a certain number to make the playoffs, because every team has their strides where they play really, really well. And you got to make sure they're as long as possible if you really want to go somewhere. And I'm definitely excited to see what's going to be able to happen. Some teams are definitely looking much, much better than others. Utah, they're looking really well at is they have allowed the least amount of points this whole year, which is definitely something that is very good. And then in second, right behind them for the least amount of points this year is Memphis. And then San Antonio and Detroit are tied. So that's definitely something very interesting to see. And teams like Brooklyn are allowing over 110 points. Brooklyn, Portland, the Lakers, and the Suns are the only 4 teams that have allowed over 110. And Brooklyn is definitely leading that category. I am not surprised. Brooklyn needs a star player, and they need it fast. They only won 3 games in December. They lost something like 14 games, or 12 games, sorry. And they just have not been playing well. They don't have a star player, and they're going to need one. I feel like they have to get somebody quick. They have to pay a lot of money to get somebody really, really good and turn around their franchise this year or maybe next year, or turn something around. And then Philadelphia, have they surprised me? They are the worst team in the NBA again through 32 games. The last 3 years this has happened. Or I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd year that has happened. They need to do something. It's like they're trying to get the last seed. And Philadelphia, I don't know. I thought they were going to be much better. If they get 2 more wins or 3 more wins, they eclipse last year's win total. But it's still so embarrassing. They have so many fans, and like they can't get on streaks except for losing streaks. Sure, they've had 2 streaks where they've won 2 games in a row. But that's just not enough winning 2 games in a row. You got to go on longer streaks. You got to make it 4, 5, 6 games instead of 4, 5, 6 game losing streaks. And I think Philadelphia really needs to make some serious management changes. They really got to change something up. I understand they have been putting in so many draft picks, but it's only going to get you somewhere, and they're really going to need to start hitting better players. They need some veteran experience. Maybe somebody like a Paul Pierce or somebody like that. They're going to need somebody that's really old, and they're going to need to get some veteran experience to really show the players, stuff to get them winning. They really need to start winning because they're just looking so bad. And it's definitely going to just keep going downhill. You could only get so many first overall picks. And, it's just really embarrassing at this point how they keep on losing and losing and losing. And, nobody takes them seriously. They're the joke of the NBA. They're the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. And they really need to find a way to get victories, especially in close games, because they've had a lot of close games. They're just not able to get the victory, and that's what separates the good teams from the bad teams, the ones that get the victories in those close games. But you guys already see that Shaq does end up winning this. Definitely a great game to Tyrone. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, comment down below on what you'd like to see next. It's your boy Pick Droppers, and I'm out. Peace.